we let that cook down.
This is Curtis Stone in his element. In the kitchen and in front of the cameras. It's also how the Australian launched a hugely successful career as a master chef, a TV celebrity, and an entrepreneur.
A lot of wine to drink, right?
After crossing the Pacific to successfully impress the famed Marco Pierre White in London in his early 20s, Stone had his first small screen break on the Australian traveling cooking show, Surfing the Menu. But it wasn't until he hosted the TLC program, Take Home Chef, in 2006 that he had gained notoriety in the US. He's since battled Iron Chef Bobby Flay on the hit cooking series Iron Chef America. He's used his business savvy with other American personalities on The Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump and has impressed Oprah with his barbecuing skills on her 2011 trip to Australia. This month, we're in Melbourne to meet Curtis Stone in his hometown to talk food, family, and the future. We get hands-on in the kitchen.
This is my restaurant. Come in, let me show you around.
And get a personal tour of his new labor of love in Beverly Hills. Curtis Stone, welcome to Talk Asia.
Thank you very much.
We are here in Melbourne, your hometown. You've come a long way in your career from, when you started growing up here to where you are now in LA. You've literally traveled across the globe to build up your career. How would you describe that journey so far?
It's been a beautiful journey. I guess I fell in love with something really young in my life. I was 18 years old when I started cooking, and it's taken me on such an incredible journey. I feel like I owe it a lot. I started cooking when I was much earlier than that, when I was a kid with my parents and my granny, and started professionally cooking when I was 18. But then once back then in Australia, all of the great chefs were European. Even the Australian chefs that were getting recognition had worked in Europe. So, it was sort of very much of the idea, if you wanted to make it in the culinary world, you had to go and live and work in Europe, which I did.
Your grandmother had a huge influence on you when it came to your earliest memories of food, as well as your mother. What kind of a presence was your grandmother for you as you were growing up? What did she mean to you, and what was she for you?
Look, my granny was a beautiful inspiration for me in many ways, not just with food. She was a great cook. She was from the north of England, in a place called Askerig in Yorkshire, and she would cook very sort of country-style food, roast dinners, and that British. Some people would say it's horrible, but I have really fond memories around it. Lumpy gravy. But she was a really nurturing woman. She quite spiritual and probably the most religious one in our family. She would teach me a lot of stuff. Some people just get down on the floor with kids and they're very happy on their knees, and other people aren't, and she was one of those.
What do you think makes a top chef? What do you think it is about what quality in their being?
I think it's somebody that's really disciplined, somebody that's not scared of hard work, somebody that has a real passion for food, somebody that loves to eat. It's very rare that you see a chef cook beautifully and then you say, what do you like about crab? And they say, I don't eat crab, don't like it. You always cook really well what you like to eat, I think. So if you find a great pastry chef, they usually have a sweet tooth. If you find, a great sauce chef, they're usually a bit of a hard ass and they like to eat roast beef. That's just been my experience. You've got to love it.